Ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary individuals, this is Lemur. I'm joined by Grant and Zach today, and we're bringing you the best of the best, the lower bracket draft for Booze Bash 5. We're already back, we're already live, and we are ready to go. Now let me know, guys, how we feeling about this draft?
Super pumped. Super pumped. Kel is saying something about there being an echo.
Echo, yeah. Let's see what's going on here. Huh. I streamed earlier and it was good. Is it echoing now still?
Yeah, I'll talk a little bit more, Kel. Let me know. Oh, it's Fuel in Discord.
Okay. Also, Grant, you are looking at a copy of the draft, not the...
Yes, yeah.
That is correct,
We are going to keep it on a copy, and then I'll switch to it when the picks come in. That way we...
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, because I can just, control... just go back and forth.
Cool.
That way we can mess around with it ourselves to look at the...
Anyways, got derailed for a second there, but I'm feeling super pumped about this draft. Fuel. Really looking forward to seeing how this plays out. I know there's been a ton of mocks and a ton of interest. So
it should be incredibly interesting to see where all of these players end up and what captains end up selecting them to be had. We've got King Pui heading up the Noxus Rampage, Makoto, captain of the Shadow Isles Scourge, bringing it back for Booze Bash 5 from Booze Bash 4. Not Liquidox EU. Has an NA account called Liquidox. Don't worry. Captaining the Zon Underdogs. And then we've got Hockey Boys 3, brand new captain, bringing up the Bandle City Bandits. That was the order they are picking in as well. So we are very, very excited. We're going to get into the draft here quite shortly, and we will see what our teams are going to be for Booze Bash 5. A lot of stuff to talk about here. A lot of different options, a lot of different variables that could happen. What are our first thoughts here? Who do we think Pui's selecting first for this draft?
Yeah, so Pui's got the first pick overall.
He's also on the clock. Not that there's a timer.
Also on the clock. Yeah, 7 o'clock.
There's no time limit, but King Pui is officially on the clock at 7:01.
There's been some debate about this pick. I personally think Pui's going to pick glutamic acid. It's, Sammy. Everyone knows. There's some people saying that the gingerbread man should be picked here. Pui's good friends with the gingerbread man, but I do think it will be Sammy. Sammy, signed up for every role, plays all of them at a pretty good level. Should be able to flex her muscles here in this league and show her what's up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I do think that Sammy would be my choice. She just seems to be probably one of the best players in this draft. So seems kind of like a no-brainer. Plus they have, they're buds, they're pals.
What do you think, Lemur? Because I know you were one of the advocates of taking the gingerbread man here.
Yeah, I think that Pui, there's definitely an argument to thinking about taking the gingerbread man here for Pui, because while Sammy overall a little bit more of a skilled player MMR wise, and we've seen a little bit more from Sammy, I don't think that the gingerbread man will make it back to King Pui pick 2. So we will have to see what ends up happening there. But I think either way you slice it, either of those options are a great first pick.
Yeah, I think one of the big things though is the gingerbread man only jungles, and we've only really seen the gingerbread man kind of pop off on Vi. So it's like, are they a one trick? Who knows? I don't know if that's something you want to take first overall. Even they are good friends, but it's if you're looking to win, I do think Sammy or even Juan, the Dark Spectre, is probably the pick to go here. Yeah,
could be super interesting. But we
have the first pick actually. It is in, and Lemur, why don't you go ahead and announce that?
First pick overall in the 2022 Booze Bash 5 round 1. King Pui, captaining the Noxus Rampage, selects Sammy, glutamic acid number 1. So this lines up exactly with what Zach and Grant were thinking here. Great pick going first round overall. We'll see how Makoto ends up following that up. What are your guys' thoughts on this pick?
Like I said, it's the best pick, I think. I think Sammy's probably the best pick. I think she plays all the roles at a high level where she can compete with anybody who's at the top of their role in this league. So 100%, I would have picked Sammy as well.
Yep. It's like, it's a no-brainer pick to me, like Joe Burrow in 2020. You just slam it in. Why did we, like we're watching the 2020 draft. Why are we even waiting? We know it's Joe Burrow. We know pick one is Sammy. We know Sammy's going to be pick one. But yeah, that does also put Makoto officially on the clock.
On the clock. So let's kind of talk about Makoto's pick, and because this is where the draft kind of opens up, and I think you have like 3 really good picks you can make here. One being Buzosaurus James, the other being the Dark Spectre Juan, and going with Zero Ace, who's kind of a unknown quantity, I would say, because not a lot of people have played with him, but he's apparently a very good top laner.
Yeah. He certainly is quite a good top laner. He also has a couple of different roles selected, so that gives you a little bit of flexibility with Zero. Knowing Makoto, though, as a person, I think he's going to go with vibes. And picking Zero here does not fit into those vibes just because he has played with James so much. He has played with Juan so much. They're members of the mod team together. I think Makoto will value that highly, and I think it's between Booz and Juan here.
All right, Zach, if you're Makoto, who are you taking? Let's hear it.
If I'm Makoto, I am probably going Juan. I just think Juan is like he's a yeah.
Let's stop that there because the pick actually is in. We did get the pick. And who is it?
Yeah. The second pick of Booz Bash 5, lower bracket for the Shadow Isle Scourge. Makoto selects Boozosaurus.
Well, there it is. I am wrong. As I was saying, he would pick one, but also nothing wrong with that pick. It's a fine pick.
I think that pick makes a lot of sense to me. You're going to lock up at ADC early in the draft, especially in this lower bracket. A lot of the ADCs are on the lower tier of the MMR value, so picking up a high value ADC early in the draft is on a lot of people's minds. Personally, it's not how I would run my draft, but Makoto's confident in it, and that's what matters.
All right, so let's move on to that third pick. We have Ox here. He's generally looking to play mid lane in these tournaments. I can't imagine that's going to be any different now. He did sign up for mid jungle top, but I imagine he wants to play mid. That's where his most comfortable champions are. And so we're probably thinking he picks either Zero Ace or the Dark Spectre here, right?
Yeah, it's got to be Zero or Juan in this spot right here. Zero, definitely a strong pickup, like we were saying. Ox doesn't care so much about the vibes, as long as he thinks that he can manufacture those vibes, which he has done quite a bit. He knows that Juan will fit into that. So it's a question of, are we willing to take a bet on a newer player that you haven't played with as much? Or are you going to go with the tried and true by taking the Dark Spectre here? Doesn't want to take the Bella probably because Ox most likely is going to go in that mid lane position, and that would take one of Diabella's strong suits away and push her down into that support role. But there are a couple of good options that we could see come out here.
Yeah, I don't think you want your first pick overall to be a support player. I think that kind of limits you here in the Chemtech League.
Oh yeah,
it's a pretty support player heavy bracket too. There's a lot of support players in it.
Yeah,
it is. If you are looking at support players, check Debella, and then if you're taking out the flexers that picked everything, the next support player who actually wants to play support, you drop all the way to fuel.
And we got the pick is in, by the way, so just came in. Let's what do we got, Lemur?
For the third pick of Booz Bash 5, not Liquid Ox, captain of the Zaun Underdog, selects Zero Ace.
Yep, not a surprise there. Not a surprise. Zero definitely seems to be a very solid player. Signed up for all the roles, so yeah, I think that sounds about right. And it does put Hockey Boys on the clock for his first of 2 picks.
Yeah, I will say you probably expect Zero Ace to go top with Liquid Ox. But moving on, Hockey Boys played with Juan last tournament, so I'm expecting to see a Dark Spectre here. He does have the next 2 picks, so we probably will be discussing both of those. Yeah. What do you guys think is going to happen?
Yeah, I'm definitely Juan.
Go for it. Yeah, I think Juan is almost a lock here for certain, and Ben, you have a choice. Hockey Boys, I think, is going to go with Snowy Birdie in this position. big friend of Snowy Birdie is hockey, so that would make a lot of sense to me. You could also make an argument for taking DeBella here as well as Juan, which opens you up quite a bit with Hockey Boys being able to go top or jungle, Juan being able to play every single role, DeBella having two roles instead of just that one role. That gives you a lot of flexibility for if you're wanting to change things throughout the tournament. But there's definitely a lot of selection. Snowy Birdie locks you into just that one jungle player, but that friendship might supersede the flexibility.
There's like rumors, right, that Hockey Boys doesn't want to play jungle this tournament. Am I correct in that?
There are, Hockey Boys has been spamming top lane. So that's definitely something that he is looking at. Look at his op.gg. It looks like it's all he's been playing.
What are you taking here, Zach? Your Hockey Boys. What?
As my second pick,
as your second and third.
Assuming Juan, or first and second pick. Assuming Juan is the first pick for sure.
Yep.
I know he has personal ties to Snowy Birdie. They're friends. That does, like we were saying, kind of cause a bit of a role clash. They both jungle, but Hockey seems to be more than willing to go top. So what I think he's going to do is probably do Juan for sure and his friend Snowy Birdie. But if it was me, I might look for Avi, Garen Jesus, and Snowy Birdie, or and Juan. Sorry, just because I think that Avi's a very good top laner for this tournament, and Juan is like the Swiss Army knife player. Just put him anywhere.
Yeah, that would have been a pretty good pair of picks right there too, I think. But we actually have both picks in.
Right wow. So. Both at the same time.
Yeah.
Perfect. For the 4th and 5th pick of the Booze Bash 5 draft, Hockey Boys, captain of the Bandle City Bandits, selects Juan and Snowy Birdie. Locking in that first discussion we had there. Dark Spectre and Snowy Birdie going over to Hockey Boys here. It's exactly what we talked about before. Juan was almost a certain pick here, and picking Snowy Birdie basically tells us the Hockey Boys is never leaving that top side of the map.
Yeah, no surprise here. Juan definitely a first rounder, and Snowy Birdie is his buddy.
Yeah,
makes a lot of sense.
That means we will be seeing Hockey Boys in the top lane. Lemur, you have any insight on the champions he's been playing?
Yeah, let me pull up his op.gg again real quick. He's been playing actually quite a few different champions. It just closed out on me. Sorry, 1 second. I hit the X on accident. We're getting there. There it is. Perfect. Hockey Boys has been playing, like I said, all top lane. Been playing some Teemo, some Shyvana, some Gwen. Looking like we have some Pantheon games in there. Ornn games. Just all over. Yeah, all over the top lane.
All right. Well, we got Not Liquid Ox on the clock here. I'm guessing he probably takes a jungler. It's probably going to be the Gingerbread Man here. I know we've talked about it. We would have liked to see King Pui with the Gingerbread Man, but I really think Ox takes him.
I mean, if it's a jungler you're looking for, who better than the Gingerbread Man? Let's look at, unless you're selecting DeBella for her jungle prowess, which I know has been hyped up here in the last couple of weeks.
But yeah, I think you want to solidify your top side of the map here. And
yeah, no, I think the Gingerbread Man is a fantastic pick here. You could also argue that Ox could take DeBella if you're looking to get that strong support again. Like I was saying, it falls from DeBella all the way to Fuel for the next person who has primary support as their role. So it definitely, there is impact there. If DeBella goes to Makoto's team, I think that's almost criminal.
Well, if you're willing to swap Zero into a different role as Ox, I do think that Avi is still a valid pick here as well, because he would just be a very solid top laner, and then Zero did sign up for all 5 roles, so if he's willing to flex roles, then that's something you could also consider. But I do think it's likely Gingerbread Man.
We do have the pick. The pick is in.
Ooh. All right. That means for the 6th pick of the Booze Bash 5 draft, Not Liquid Ox, captain of the Zon Underdog, selects the Gingerbread Man. We're getting Vi in this tournament.
Yep. Unfortunately, he is separated from his homies in the Noxus Rampage, where I know he was hoping to land, but these are the cards we were dealt.
Yeah, and this is exactly what I thought was going to happen when I was running my mock drafts. People kept telling me, nah, Gingerbread's falling all the way back to Noxus Rampage. They're going to get Sammy. They're going to get Gingerbread Man. And I was like, I don't think so. I think it has to go to Ox in this scenario. Pairing Zero with a strong jungler is just fantastic on this team. However, that does mean that for this upcoming pick, DeBella's on the table, and that is a strong team if Makoto decides to take that selection.
Yeah, you got a couple options here. I'm not familiar with Chase Under Tower, but I am familiar with Avi. I am familiar with Aaron DeBella, and honestly, I think you do go Garen Jesus here. I think you take Avi in the top lane. DeBella is great to play with, always fun, but Avi just brings a little bit more in terms of like roles he's willing to play. It kind of keeps the flexibility open.
I'll be honest with you guys, though. Coming into this draft here, the one thing I'm looking at is Avi's OP.GG. Where's the games? They're not there. Avi has a real world job now. He's got a lot of responsibilities and hasn't been playing quite as much as a lot of players in this tournament. That definitely could affect where he goes in this draft. And if not where he goes, that could affect what roles he ends up playing on these teams. So we'll see if Makoto decides to draft him. I think I would stay clear of Avi here until around round 3. We'll see if
That's
people
a fair
agree.
Point.
It's a fair point, but like, would Avi have signed up if he didn't have the time to actually, practice and play?
Oh yeah,
maybe he ramps up his practice in this like next week or so.
And he 100% could. 100% could. I'm just going based off the history that I'd see in front of me.
Do you really need practice to play Dr. Mundo?
All right, you know what? You got a point there, Zachary. Okay,
we have the pick. The pick is in.
Okay.
The pick is in, and this one is a doozy. Pick 2 for Makoto, the captain of the Shadow Isle Scourge. He selects LL Fuel. Coming in there. Going to be either mid lane or support, and that is going to throw a wrench in the game plan of the rest of the captains.
That is actually, it's funny too because
spices it up.
I think a lot of us had Fuel going in these next 2 picks.
Yeah.
To King Pui's team, so that's actually that throws a little wrench into the way the mock drafts have been shaking out. And
yeah, I mean, I think at this point, if you had like a list of all the mock drafts, 99% of them are just wrong already.
Yeah, because
and that's.
These first 6 picks went almost exactly according to the mock draft plans, but
King Pui is now on the clock, by the way. Whenever you're ready, send those picks in. But yeah,
so this is where we start looking to see can Pui get DeBella and like Avi here? Would that give them?
Yeah, DeBella Avi would lock you.
That can't get you anything. So
it's 6'11".
That's pretty tragic because that.
No, I think it's a Scritch. I think you take DeBella Scritch, and then you lock a Delphi.
My only problem with King Pui's team taking Scritch is that I think you really want Sammy in mid lane, and Scritch signed up to only play mid lane.
You could convince Scritch to ADC.
I definitely think Avi is one of the picks here.
If you're doing Avi though, that makes it so awkward points wise.
What's Chase Under Tower? What's their main?
Chase Under Tower.
Lux, right?
Yep, plays a lot of Lux, primarily a mid lane player, but does play jungle, does play support. Has a couple of different champions, but Lux is definitely the strongest and has the best results and the most games played on him.
Okay. So for this first pick, I'm definitely looking at either DeBella or Avi here. You could put DeBella as support, let Sammy keep going mid. Avi obviously takes top lane, and then that leaves Pui, to ADC. Sammy can still.
Yeah, but you can't take them because of you have 6'11", right? Until the.
Yeah, well, you can't take both. So I'm just talking about pick 2 here is either DeBella or Garen Jesus.
Yeah, no, 100%.
But then who do you take?
I follow with that completely.
So that's one of the first picks. One of those 2 is going to be the first pick. The second pick, I know Scritch was mentioned. Is there like any way we see Chase Under Tower? Could that possibly
we could do, but
with...
that kind of runs into the same thing where you're wanting Sammy to go mid lane, right? Mm-hmm. So you take Chase Under Tower here.
If you do Chase Under Tower and Garen Jesus.
Well, the other factor to consider with this pick in specific is the MMR cap starts to come into play right around here. So there's a chance that Pui could lock in his last pick.
So we do have first pick. The first pick has been.
Yeah.
It's in?
The first pick is in.
First of 2 picks for King Pui captaining the Noxus Rampage. is actually going to be Garen Jesus himself. Obviously, there in the top lane. We're going to see some Garen action this tournament. We're going to see some Cho'Gath action. That's super exciting. We're going to see what they do with the rest of the team.
Okay, so
we're probably not going to see any Garen action. Actually.
So Dibella is off the table here. Dibella cannot be picked. So now you're kind of wondering, if you do take Chase Under Tower, it's a possibility that does lock you in to having Adelphi as the last pick due to the MMR constraints. If you take
that happens with Scritch as well, doesn't it?
No, there's all three of the bottom picks are still available.
Okay, perfect.
I'm loving King Pui's team so far. It's coming together really well.
Especially if Avi can get back into form and play those games.
Yeah, if he even is out of form, which
I have no doubt. To be fair, I've played a bunch of in-houses with Avi when he's been able to play, and he is not in the form that he was, say, Boost Bash 3, right? There's no saying that he's not going to get back to that form very quickly after practicing and after putting in the time and putting in the effort, and I'm sure that he's going to do that. So I think this pick is fantastic. I think it'll work super, super well with what Sammy and Pui want to do. And you know Sammy had a say in this, right? Like in Pui's ear about this one for sure.
Oh, for sure.
There's also always the possibility, Scritch came into the call earlier today and was like, I'm going to be playing a lot of jungle.
Oh,
is there a Sammy mid? They put Scritch. Scritch only has mid listed, but why would
Scritch plays jungle for his academy team. Or for his college team, for his collegiate.
Maybe you then let him jungle on this team as well.
He plays a lot of Gwen jungle, plays a lot of different hyper carry junglers, and they play a lot of supports to facilitate him in a hyper carry bot.
The pick is in.
Oh, the pick is in indeed. Pick 3 for King Pui and the Noxus Rampage. We do in fact have the collegiate jungler himself, Gritch Scratch, coming in here.
Big Scritch pick. Yeah, I mean, I really do think that at that point you're starting to wonder: is Scritch going to play mid? Is he going to roll swap?
Yeah, I imagine he's going to
play.
Jungling.
But look at this, right? They have the ability to swap out week to week, and that's what makes this draft strong so far. They have the ability to move those pieces around, find the matchups to best suit them, and draft well enough that they could get a leg up on the competition.
Yeah, roles are not locked. They're locked per match, but they are not locked for the tournament like they were last time.
Another big thing too about that pick is it does not automatically lock them into any players. So Dr. Fish, Kel18, and Adelphi are all still on the table for King Pui's team.
Yeah. However, they still will not get to select them. That last player.
It's going to be slotted in for sure. But.
So for Makoto, for the Shadow Isle Scourge, we're looking at Dibella here, right? Like that's not gonna.
I think Dibella getting this far down in the draft is criminal.
That's what happened last time,
criminal.
Too, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And look at the performance that Dibella got to put on.
Last time we had the excuse of not really knowing her that well. We've seen her in an entire tournament.
There's no excuse this time.
There's no excuse.
You saw the Nami.
That doesn't lock them into anything either. That still leaves Fish, Kel, and the.
Then they can have their choice of
I personally, like I cannot believe that Dibella did not go before this pick. We saw the Nami. We saw, I think it was the Karma. There's different options other than this Lux that gets banned. So it's a free ban every single game she's in.
I feel like I just watched the Bears trade up and get Mitch Trubisky, and
like what is this?
Just sitting right there, looking at him.
The pick is in, so we do have it. We get to see shortly.
Let's hear it.
The pick is in. Makoto, the Shadow Isle Scourge select for their 3rd round pick, Dibella. Ooh, this team is stacked.
Oh, this is looking to be a spicy one. Honestly, I think Makoto's team is. Like you just said, it's looking pretty stacked too. I mean,
and this is a power play. Makoto knew. Makoto did these mocks. He knew Pui was going to go for fuel in these 2 picks here, right? So he's saying, we're drafting fuel here. We don't think you're going to take Dibella, and then we're going to get him back for our own team on the backswing.
Yeah, can we also point out the fact that we're running back 3/5 of the Freljord team that made the finals in the last tournament?
That's true, yeah.
James, Fuel, and Dibella.
And then you're adding one of the MVP candidates, Makoto, to the mix as well.
He was the MVP, was he not?
The actual MVP, Makoto, to picks as well. That's crazy.
How could you ask for anything better? You just add the MVP to the second place team.
The second place team, yeah, that's a good pick. And Noxus Rampage and Shadow Isle Scourge, I think their front 4 are looking very good. and they definitely have very strong teams here. For Zon, looking forward, this
is where it gets dicey.
Yeah, I don't know what you do here. Like Chase under tower. What do they play again? They're signed up for.
They play mid lane, but have a lot of. They can play jungle. They have a big jungle pool. Their mid lane pool is a little bit more constrained, but it's definitely their most comfortable.
But you have mid, you have jungle. So now you're looking maybe at really cool turtle. Maybe you're looking at touch rock Q, which is Danny Dan.
Yeah.
Dan.
I think you're looking for the support here. I think you're trying to take a support to be able to support in whoever this ADC is. Ox's team is actually doing something that I like a lot. Zero can go ADC. Might not have to, but we also might just leave it for last pick, which I think is very valuable in this bottom bracket.
On their tower, or they are locked into a Delphi if they take Chase.
That is correct, and that's something else to consider.
That might be something maybe you don't want to constrain yourself to being given a pick, like just automatically being given.
Yeah.
Somebody.
Well, I think the main problem with that strategy would be their roles would be a little unsure if they had Chase and Adelphi as their last two picks.
Yeah, because you already have a jungler. You have somebody who wants to go mid and Ox. So having Adelphi who can play top, but Zero Ace wants to play top. I think you want to keep the options open. So I really do think there's a support pick here. I do think it's the Danny Dan here.
Yeah, I think that is the most likely pick. There are some other options, as you were saying. The biggest thing is, though, I don't think we lock in Chase under tower here, because then we get assigned to Delphi, and then that makes Noxus Rampage stronger because they'll be able to select, or rather they'll be assigned one of Fish or Kel, which fits their role scheme a little bit better than a Delphi might.
The pick is in.
Nice.
The pick is in. The Zon underdogs, Liquid Ox from Europe itself, is selecting Touch Rock Q. In other words, that's the Danny Dan coming to the team. That's an exciting pick, and it fills in right in that support spot we were saying.
Yeah, that's definitely probably the best pick here. You could have made a case for a really cool turtle, because I do think they're a support main as well, right?
I believe so. Yeah, this also does put Hockey Boys on the clock for his final two selections of the draft. So.
Yeah, I think somebody
really
mentioned it earlier that there's a lot of people. The support pool is deep, which is the reason why DeBella wasn't taken early when she should have been.
Could be. Yeah.
Now, in this case, with what Hockey has to work with, we can lock in Chase here and then take a pick of Fish Kel. Is that right?
I think what you have to do is you have to pick somebody before Chase.
If you look at it, I think
no, you don't.
He can go Chase and really cool turtle. He has the MMR for it.
Yeah, he does actually. Yeah, so
he can't. And I think that's fine. I think that's totally fine. You can put Turtle in support there. Juan can go wherever you need Juan to. Hockey in the top lane, Snowy in the jungle. Yeah, that leaves a spot for Chase mid, Juan ADC, and then you got Turtle with the support.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a pretty solid choice. If I'm a captain and I'm looking at the table, I'm looking at what's been picked and I'm looking at what's left, that's probably where I would go.
Yeah, I definitely think that's strong.
Yeah,
it's certainly strong here to pick Chase up. Chase going to this last pick of round 3 or first pick of round 4 potentially is dropping a lot lower than a lot of people thought that Chase was going to during these mocks. We'll have to see if he can prove himself during the course of this tournament. Although, to be fair, DeBella apparently didn't do enough last tournament to get drafted earlier. Yeah. In which case, I definitely thought she should have.
Yeah, I expected her to go sooner, but, like we were saying, maybe it's just not as much priority on support players. Not as much, and an excess of support players means that it's, like, something you can put off.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Sorry, it's a lot of work doing all this.
You have both picks. Both picks have come in.
Both picks have come in, indeed. For the final 2 picks for the Bandle City Bandits, we've got Wild Turtle and Chase under tower.
Wild Turtle.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. Really cool Turtle and Chase under tower, not Wild Turtle. That's a Hearthstone player.
Yeah. Oh, he's a League player. Wild Turtle.
Oh, is he also a League player? Oh, fun.
Yeah, Wild Turtle. Yeah, he's a.
Oh, yeah,
Wild
great.
Turtle. Yeah, he's on TSM for a long time.
Why would he be above the MMR cap? I saw him play Makoto.
Yeah. This is a great team. I think you've got a lot of solid players. You might have to do some role shifting around, but we've got our first full roster locked in Hockey Boys, the Dark Spectre, Snowy Birdie, Chase Under Tower, and Really Cool Turtle. I think that's a pretty solid looking lineup, honestly. So they can figure out their roles.
Yeah, the problem is that I wouldn't take their top 4 against the top 4 of like Noxus Rampage or Shadow Isle Scourge. And I think that's they're gonna kind of lose out on star power here.
Yeah.
You have like somebody like Makoto who's gonna like pop off. You have Sammy who's gonna pop off. Nobody really pops off, from my knowledge, like on the Bandle City Bandits here. Like Juan's just kind of like that fundamental player who just won't lose, but a lot of the times he's not gonna win per se, And you look at Shadow Isle Scourge, Makoto is gonna style on people in the jungle. Sammy is gonna swag out on people in whatever lane she goes to, and even on Zon, Zon underdogs, you have Ox will win new lane 95% of the time. And
also, Ox's macro.
You just don't see that in Bandle City Bandits, and that could like cause them.
Ox is also back on the clock, by the way.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Ox's macro is getting a lot better as well. If you've watched him play recently,
he's been streaming for a lot of people always, and everyone's always, how it goes in those streams. You'll have 20 people there be like, hey, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that?
Yeah.
I saw with Bailey earlier when Bailey was playing the Nidalee game. Shout out to Bailey starting 10-2 and finishing 11-8. That's your jungler, probably, Pooey. Good job. Just kidding. Scritch is gonna kill it. But we got a Juan says about the Tim Duncan this whole tournament. By the way, that's his. That's the big fundamental for people who don't watch basketball. That man just became one of the best players ever by just practicing fundamentals. And that's what Juan's looking to do. So it'd be nice to see. It'd be nice to see that happen.
Yeah, and I think this pick is pretty important, but I only see it going one way. I think they need to lock in Kel here, put him up on the top side of the map, and have fun with it.
I also think you take Kel here. I think you move Zero somewhere else. You let him ADC or something. Kel.
Kel can just jungle here.
Kel can also jungle.
No, they have gingerbread.
They got gingerbread.
So this is a pick you want to keep Ox in the mid lane.
Yeah, absolutely.
And here you either pick Fish, who is a mid lane main, I think, a Delphi, the support main, which that wouldn't be conflicting, obviously, with Danny Dan. So I think you do go Kel here, and you let Zero play ADC.
Yeah, I think at this point, with these last couple of picks, as they get locked in, it's going to be mostly how do we fit the last player into a role scheme the most comfortably. Yeah, and I do think that Kel or Fish would probably be the pick here. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think they take a Delphi because they already have Danny Dan.
We do have the pick. The pick has come in.
It is in.
Oh, indeed we do. And for the last pick that Zon Underdogs has in this lower bracket, they are selecting the Shyvana master himself, master of dragons, Kel, in the top lane.
All right,
there it is.
That makes sense.
So it could still be jungle. Well, actually, no, never mind.
With Ginger, I was just saying. I think it's top.
You don't know if the gingerbread man can play another role, but most likely
could also be Kel ADC.
That Cho'Gath put on display the other day. We saw it happen. You could see Shyvana on top. I imagine that's going to pull some bans.
Oh yeah, most likely. And the thing is, right, with Kel here, Kel does have a little bit of flexibility. He's played ADC last Boost Bash tournament. So if they want to put Zero top, and they want to shove Kel into ADC for a week or whatever they want to do, there is that little bit of flexibility to it.
There's a lot of flexibility here to go. So Kel is a good pick. I know he didn't select that he wants to play ADC, but I'm sure Kel would be willing to, maybe a week try it out, because he did play it all last tournament, like you said. So we could be seeing that happen. And looking into Makoto's pick, you got two choices: Dr. Fish, a Delphi, and you're looking at Makoto's team. You're probably looking at Dabella going mid here, right? You're looking at James going bottom. You're looking at Fuel probably going top, even though he did take it off. I do think Fuel will probably, bite the bullet and go top. So what are you looking for? You're looking for a support player.
This is also interesting though, because you are looking for a support player, right? And this is an interesting pick because Dabella and a Delphi vibe super well with one another, so that's something to consider. Fish is definitely a player who can go support, can go mid lane, so probably gives you a little bit more flexibility.
DeBella is jungling. We've established this.
So. Oh, okay, okay.
DeBella confirmed jungle.
DeBella is confirmed jungle at this point.
Yep.
I'm waiting for the highlight reel from the rest of this tournament.
Yeah, it could be a Delphi here because of the her and DeBella came from the same server. I do think personally it's probably Fish, and he's probably playing support.
And of course, this next pick will lock the final pick of 2.
Or I could see Fish mid and then have James and DeBella bottom, because that would be like a nice,
that's also totally fine.
True.
And you let Fish go pop.
You got a lot of options actually. I mean, you can put Fuel mid, put James and Fish bottom.
Going here, but we do have the pick, so this will actually give us both picks.
This will give us both picks. Shadow Isle Scourge Makoto, for his last pick of Booze Bash 5, is selecting Dr. Fish, and that will lock in Noxus Rampage with a Delphi. Look at these teams. Look at what these captains have done. How do we feel about it? Who do we think came out on top?
I'm going to swap back to the copy, Zach, because the original has
I don't know what's going on with that.
You can't copy and paste it. You have to type
I didn't.
Oh, yeah, I don't know then. It worked on mine. So, yeah, we're just going to stay on mine. Yeah, there it is. You have the Booze Bash 5 Chemtech League. It's finished. This is the final draft. And, yeah, look at that. We got Fish going. Like we said, Fish is going to probably either play mid or support for that team. I do actually think we do see Fish mid for Shadow Isle Scourge. And then the Delphi coming in, she's probably going to be playing support there for Pui and on Noxus Rampage. But let's take a time, look at the teams, chat. I know you guys. Let's hear what you guys got to say. Who's winning the league here? Just give us your hot takes. Zach, what do you think? What team looks the strongest to you?
Well, my initial thought was Noxus Rampage is looking absolutely cracked. I think you have some of the best players in their role in almost every role. Like, I think King Pui is probably the best AD carry. King Pui is the best AD carry in the world.
James, that's right. Don't ever.
He's the best AD carry on planet Earth. So I mean, you obviously have the best AD carry on your team.
We did see that Lucian top.
Sammy is definitely the best mid, assuming she goes mid here. I think Avi is a strong contender for the best top.
If he's playing, I think he's the best top. Like, he's playing the games. He's actually practicing.
Yeah, I think at this point you either have Bailey or Sammy off roll. Yeah, that's why I was saying he contends for it, because I definitely think Zero could be the best top, and might be. But I do think that Avi at least makes it a conversation.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. I'm kind of in line with you, but what I'm going to say is I think that these teams are all pretty even. I think this was a really, really good draft for that. I think that especially Shadow Isle Scourge is looking fire to me.
Yeah, I think Makoto's team looks the best here. Yeah.
I think it's looking fire. However, I will say all of these captains are capable. All of these teams have people who will be good shot callers on these teams. I'm excited to see this. I'm excited to see how it pans out. I think Shadow Isle Scourge got a little bit of an edge, but I don't think that it's enough of an edge that they can't keep watching behind their shoulder as everyone else comes on.
Yeah, and it looks like we're going to be able to get a little interview action going on here. If we can get the first pick overall to be, hop down into that general chat. We're going to drag you up. Sammy, get in here. We got some questions for you, because we know you.
She should just be able to join.
Oh yeah, she's in caster booth, right? Sammy, get in here. We want to talk to you about your team.
Yeah.
Classic Sammy.
And it also does look like we will be very soon transitioning directly into the Hextech League draft. We might not be waiting until 8 o'clock since we've got this time. So.
Hey, there we go. Sammy, first pick overall. How excited are you about that?
Oh, dude, our team's cracked.
I love it.
A little sad you didn't get the gingerbread man. It would have been nice for the vibes.
We're just going to Giga try hard and just put Ox in the dirt. You know how it is.
Yeah,
that's the revenge tour there. Whenever you play Ox's team, you fucking lock in and just go at it.
You're going to have to team kill him, though. He's your boy. You're gonna
it is what it is,
we went through a lot of mock drafts. A lot of them, at the start had the gingerbread man on your team. After that, it wasn't. because we figured that, Liquid Ox would take them, and we started like putting, Fuel on your team, Debella, but Fuel got taken. So where were you kind of like helping out Pui here in like terms of figuring out who you want on your team?
So, I knew that Pui was going to pick me.
Yeah.
We've been talking. I knew that was going to happen. So we assumed Makoto would make the right decision and pick Avi, but he didn't. So, we were very. It made our lives very easy, because it was a question of whether we want to go like Scritch to Bella, Fuel to Bella, Fuel Chase. We had lots of options, and I think that it became very clear once we had Avi available to us. And I had spoken to Scritch earlier today about playing jungle. Would he be okay with it? And so he might play a little jungle. He might do a little mid. We can flex the roles around. But after we saw Avi's available, it became very, very obvious, and became very free.
Yeah.
So did you think that, like, did it go how you thought it would, or is it just that Avi Fuel swap up that?
I mean, the first 6 were exactly like most mocks went.
Yeah, that's
There's a chance that Kyle didn't get picked by Ox and number 6.
I know you were hoping for that.
And I mean, we were really hoping for it. And I think that there honestly even is an argument that Avi is just a better pick there, but it didn't happen. And I think the only thing that we were really shocked about the entire draft was the Fuel pickup and pick 2 from Makoto.
Mm-hmm.
Because
we all thought I thought it was going to be Avi.
I think
it was going to be
I did
Avi
too.
as well.
I think it's 5 brain from Makoto, and Makoto wanted Debella, and he knew that you weren't going to draft it on your side. So he drafted the Fuel, pick 2, because he knew Debella was coming back around and just be able to take it, pick 3.
Actually, yeah, that's a very good point, actually, because if he takes Debella there...
No, it was what happened with Avi and Charup last time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That exact situation.
And I'm happy.
So
I think I'm happy with it.
taking a glance,
Us more.
taking a glance at these rosters, do you think there's a clear contender, or is it going to be Noxus in 2 every time?
I mean, it's fucking Noxus in 2 every time, dude. Look at this team. I don't want to be. I'm not trying to be an ego Andy,
All right,
I'm
but what team do you think has the best shot? At least let's go from there.
It's Noxus.
What team? No, against your team. Against
Noxus.
Oh, against us?
Yeah.
Like who? You're not scared of anybody.
Targon, maybe.
Targon.
Targon.
It's close.
Targon. Hextech. No, we're strictly speaking Chemtech. What team do you think? What team's gonna get second? How about we go for there? What do you think?
I think that Ox's team is the only team that really could match up okay into us.
You don't think Makoto's team? You don't think Shadow Scourge has a shot?
I don't think so.
All right, get out of here. We want Makoto in here. All right,
Well,
bye,
no,
Sammy.
Well, on that note,
I can explain why.
Yeah. Tell us.
So I think I should beat Fuel or Develop mid, whichever one's going mid. The other one's going most likely support. And so the bot lane, Pui's just gonna fucking swag out on everyone in this tournament. He's the best player in all of Booze Bash, including our bracket. So I mean, how can you compete with him?
That's big words. When Makoto,
It's just facts.
The Booze Bash for Chemtech League
Reigning
MVP is sitting there waiting, biding
Pui
his time in the
Pui is
jungle.
the up and coming MVP of all of Booze Bash because he's the undisputed captain, undisputed king.
Pui is our king.
Oh, Pui is our king.
Pui is our king.
Yeah,
He's gonna swag out. It doesn't matter if he's in the bot lane because he's gonna 1v9 down there. Avi, top 2 top laners. Scritch. Oh my god, what a steal!
I imagine Scritch. Talk us through your team. I imagine Scritch gets picked to jungle here, right?
Yeah.
Well, roles are flexible. So.
Well, roles are flexible, but your initial like things you think Scritch will probably be jungling, right?
Yeah. I think that's the initial thought.
Yeah, but Scritch is a good pick because you could.
He wants to go mid. Fine, you go mid.
We do want to get this show on the get this show rolling. Any final thoughts from you, Sammy, before we pull in our next guest?
Wait for me.
Yeah.
Oh,
final thoughts.
That's fine.
All right, get out of here. Makoto, bring him in. Bring Makoto in. Noxus in 2. That's it. All right, let's get Makoto in here. Makoto, come up.
Yep. Next up, we're gonna have a little chat with Makoto.
Because
How's it going?
we want to hear about this fuel pick because that's the pick where none of us really kind of expected it to happen.
It's solved. It's solved, Grant. I'm telling you, it has to be.
Well, I think you're right. I think that's the reason Makoto did. But let's hear for the words from the man himself.
Lemur knows the fucking tech.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
So this was actually because like you guys said at the start, I was feeling the vibes this tournament, and Fuel was my gateway into this entire thing, right? Like he brought me into the server, right? So he and I go way back. And he said, if you pick me on 2, Noxus can't take Debella and Avi. The MMR doesn't work out. So I looked at him like, oh shit, he's right. So I figured, okay, I go Fuel on 2, and then I get either Debella, probably Debella, or Avi if they want Debella, which seemed unlikely.
Yeah.
So I was happy with either of those, so it seemed like a no-brainer to go.
No, it was super good. It was a great pick.
I love your team.
Yeah, I had a couple of that in a couple of my personal mock drafts I did because I realized the same thing that Fuel did, that it was very unlikely that they would pick up Debella. I thought Debella could have gone earlier, but with the personal relationship with Snowy Birdie Hockey had, that kind of threw things off a little bit. But yeah, great draft from you, Makoto. We're going to ask you the same question we asked Sammy. I personally think your team is the strongest in the league. Who do you think is your biggest competition and why?
I mean, even though Pui is the best player in all of Boost Bash, both Chem and Hex, he's playing a garbage role that's useless, right?
Hard agree. Yep.
Right? You can put Faker on AD carry, he's still going to be like, okay, So he's still going to get one shot by Talon. He's still going to get one shot by literally any other character in the game. So I think we can overcome that, but I think they're going to be our hardest competition,
Nope, Pooh's going to prove you wrong. He's going to hard carry on AD carry.
I mean, hey. I could be wrong.
Danny has been hard carrying to the championship, so AD carry is not a weak role.
True.
All right, well, with that, I think we're ready to put our finishing touches on this Chemtech League draft and move on to Hextech, right? Unless anybody else has something to say.
Overall, like I said, I think Shadow Isle Scourge came out on top in this draft. We're going to see where they end up putting people. They're very flexible, although I do think Ox and Hockey are not at all out of this. I think they have very strong teams, and we are going to see a fantastic tournament. If Ox can drop in real quick,
general chat?
He might be asleep.
He is not asleep.
All right, so no Ox. Okay. All right, no worries.
Hold on, I'm messaging him.
I think they're all doing stuff with their teams, right?
He's in call with us.
All right, well,
he's here.
Oh, he is. Okay, yeah. Bring him up for a second.
Hello? Hey, Liquid Ox.
Yeah, get out of here, Makoto. We don't need you anymore. Shadow Isles and 2. Ox.
I agree with that one.
Makoto's going to take my spot on the stream for the Hextech Draft, so he's just going to...
Okay,
cool. So, Ox, we got a couple questions for you as well. How do you feel this draft went, and what was your thought process in taking the Gingerbread Man in that spot?
So I think the draft went really well. I'm happy with it. Why did I take Ginger in second? Is that what you were most surprised about?
I wasn't personally surprised by it, but I know a lot of people thought it could have gone a different way.
I'd heard rumors that Turi was going to pick the Ginger first pick in the whole draft. And I think he's rightly prioritizing him there. He played upper bracket last time. He's been higher ranked than pretty much everyone in the tournament every season. He's been plat before. He's the best jungler in the tournament, so I picked him. Because I think jungle is really important and picks all the lanes. And there's not that many junglers in the tournament. Or people signed up for jungle. Loads of people signed up, but there's not many jungle mains. So I think it's a really, really good pick. I would have considered picking it first as well.
Yeah, it's definitely a pretty good pick there. I think it's the best pick you make there, actually. So.
Yep, I'm a big fan of that spot as well. I'll ask you the same question I've been asking the other captains. What is your biggest competition do you see? How do you think the draft went for others, and where do you think you're going to come out on top or maybe struggle?
I think we'll do it. I think if we get practicing and stuff and, just get to know each other's champions, playstyles and stuff, we'll do fine. Biggest competition is probably Hockey's team.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Any specific reasons there?
I think it's the second strongest team.
All right, fair enough.
I will say I think your top side is probably the strongest.
Yeah, I think your top. I think your top side is very.
Assuming Kel is AD carry. Which about that, like who is that? What you're kind of aiming for? Are you aiming for Kel to go AD carry, or are you just going to try to?
It really depends. We're gonna. I need to talk to people and see where people are comfortable playing. Obviously. And then try and figure out where everyone else is going on other teams as well to try and make the matchups as less polarized in every lane rather than stomping like certain lanes and hard losing other lanes. So just gotta figure out where everyone wants to play and then who they'll be playing against, and we can change it game to game as well. So
yeah, absolutely for sure. Appreciate you coming in, Ox. Thank you for a great draft.
You know, in terms of let's get somebody from Bandle City Bandits really quick. Let's get somebody from Bandle City Bandits really quick just to talk, because we did talk to every other team. It kind of feels
indeed. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, see you, Ox. Thanks. Is Hockey Boys free? Juan's not free, so if, I imagine if Hockey Boys isn't free, those are the only
Hockey. Maybe Chase might be free if Hockey's not.
Hockey Boys, if you're there, join the general chat in general voice on Booze Bash. There he is. Someone drag him up. Quick.
Grab him.
Hell yeah. Hockey, what's up, man? How's it going?
Hey, what's up?
Nothing much.
We got the same question. Yeah, we have the same question for you as we did every other.
I'm very excited about the team I drafted.
All right, yeah. Who's your biggest competition?
Biggest competition? Well, King Pui's team. You know, they look really strong. They have the Hextech League GOAT, King Pui himself. So
yeah, absolutely.
We're looking forward to having to beat them.
Did you know coming into the tournament that you were putting yourself up on the top side of the map and trying to draft Snowy Birdie?
Yeah. So the plan was always kind of to draft Snowy Birdie. I know we were talking, we were showing screenshots about like win rates and games played with each other, and everyone had like 50, 40. I have 325 games played with Snowy Birdie this year, so I was always going to draft him.
That is the kind of synergy you want.
Yeah, people don't know Birdie, but they're gonna find out about him soon. I think he's
hell yeah.
Calling it out.
That's what we like to hear.
Of the league this year.
Oh, that's a call out. MVP Snowy Birdie coming up.
So I know with Makoto there was like we were talking whether you would take the Dark Spectre or Boozosaurus. I know you played with both of them last tournament, right? So which one did you want? Was Juan who you wanted, or did you want James? Like how did that go? Did you get the pick you wanted there?
Oh, I always had the pick I wanted. I always wanted to go with Juan with the other pick. You know, he was really good at shot calling last time. He was kind of like the glue that held the whole team together last time. He was the reason why we came second place. And Booze is already preoccupied with his dog, so.
Oh, that's true.
Man.
No, that's big true.
Damn.
We're gonna hit
25% of attention on the game, 75% of attention on the dog.
Cage the dog.
We all love Lucy here on this channel. Don't worry. We're big fans. Thank you so much, Hockey, for joining us. Any last words before we get started with the upper bracket Hextech League draft?
If it's not Bandle City Bandits in 2, don't say anything.
Bandle City Bandits in 2.
That's what I love to hear. Hell yeah.
Baby. Oh, man. Thank you so much, Hockey Boys, for joining us. We are going to move ourselves on. We're done with the Chemtech League. Very excited for it. Excited for the matchups. Do a little bit of analysis on that later. But right now, we're moving on to the Hextech League, the big leagues, the upper bracket. We've got the Bilgewater Buccaneers, captained by the Wrath of Pingu. Icathia Riftwalkers by I Hate Bananas, Andrew himself. The Targon Eclipse, doing Master of Knives. Zach was just in here earlier. And then Demacia Uprising has Basmer leading the helm for them.
And we've got all 4 of the top ELO players here. They were all picked as captains. They were given the option, obviously, to choose. They went backwards, 4 picked 4. Basmer picks first, he picked 4th. Zach picked 2nd, he picked 3rd. So it's kind of funny how it turned out that way. So that's going to be, that kind of opens up the draft a little bit, except for the fact that we've talked about it a lot and we kind of know who Pingu's going to pick. But after that, you don't really know what's going to go on. You got Andrew coming in second. He's the second best player according to MMR, but I know a lot of people feel like he's the best player, but he does have AD carry and support selected. So is he willing to go somewhere else? Is he willing to go mid, where he would probably reign in terror again like he did last tournament?
As the captain of the team, though, you got to think that he's going for what he selected, right? Like, you put AD carry, you put support, that's where you're going to want to be. So they'll probably affect the draft for I Hate Bananas a little bit. The star of the show that I'm looking at right now is Basmer. I'm incredibly interested in what Basmer is going to select. We've been talking about it. Wrath of Pingu is kind of solidified. Everyone thinks they know exactly what he's going to do. He could throw us for a loop, but I think it's unlikely. But Basmer, on the other hand, for these first 2 picks, I'm incredibly interested to see what he brings to the table. We're going to get into this draft here shortly. 5 minutes left until they are officially on the clock. We might start a little bit early. We will keep you updated on that front. Pingu here, first pick of the draft. Grant, who do you think he's looking at?
Well, let me just quote Pingu here. What was it they said? Yeah, of course, I'm going with my boy Sirach. I love Sirach. I think those were his words directly, and I think that's what we're going to see for the first pick.
And that lines up with one of those 3 players people think is going to Pingu every single time.
Yeah, so we've run through a lot of mock drafts, a lot, and almost every time Pingu is getting Sirach, he's getting Veritatis, and he's getting Apogtheosis in those first 3 picks. This draft, when we went through mock drafts, we almost me and Zach did 2 separately, right? And Basmer had the same exact team. Pingu had the same exact team, barring the last pick, because me and Zach kind of were like going back and forth on who Andrew would take in that 4th round pick. But basically, almost every mock draft was the same for this one, and it really kind of just depends on what Basmer is going to do in pick 4 and pick 5. But Pingu always had the first 3 picks the same in everyone's draft. So I don't think any of us are going to really be shocked here. But
all I'm going to say is Pingu has the world in his hands, right? He could throw off the entire draft
and not
by picking someone different in either the first or the second pick.
Sirach is the 5th best player according to MMR. So that's I think it's the best pick here. I think it's the right pick, and I do think we'll see it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It certainly is looking like a bit of a lock at this point. However, I think Andrew is something we could talk about as well for the second pick here. Andrew has a couple of options to potentially go with.
There's a lot of options here, actually, because after Sirach, you could pick Slim if Andrew wants to go bottom lane. You could try to get bottom lane dominance. You could pick Veritatis if he wants to go mid. Then you have who MMR wise is the best AD carry in the league. You could go Liquid Thunder, another support pick. I don't think he wants to play jungle, even though he has it selected. I think he did say in chat.
Yeah, he said primary support.
He did that because he felt bad about only having one role selected. You could take Chaser, who's Swiss Army knife. He'll go anywhere. You could take Lawful Dog, who's probably the best top laner besides Basmer, of course, like in the league. We could see Permanently Calm, who is Andrew's in real life friend, and he's a very good mid laner. So there are a lot of options that we can see for Andrew, and I think that who Andrew picks will heavily affect what Zach picks, because if Andrew takes Permanently Calm, then we see a Lawful Dog pick from Zach. If Andrew takes Lawful Dog, we probably see Permanently Calm on Zach's pick.
And that's another thing I wanted to talk about is we have an interesting dynamic here. We've got some players that have some very close ties and have that relationship that Hockey was talking about earlier. So we've got Lawful Dog and we've got Edgar Allan Poe. And a lot of people think they're going to the same team every single time. And then we've got the same thing. You flip the coin and you've got My Ego Bigger and you've got
Permanently Calm.
Permanently Calm, exactly. And the people think that they're going to go on a team together. So if that ends up happening and we do have those 2 people assigned to each team, then drafting one of them basically locks you into the second, assuming that they're going to follow that guideline.
Yeah. So that I think will happen. I do think we'll see Lawful Dog, Edgar Allan Poe on one team, and then Permanently Calm, My Ego Bigger on another team. Yeah, I don't think anything's going to split that up unless Andrew decides to take Lawful Dog second and like kind of throw a wrench. And because if he takes Lawful Dog second, he can get 3 of those 4 players listed, assuming Basmer doesn't take any of them. And that Pingu goes the way we think he will go. More importantly, though, I think Basmer's 2 picks are the ones that change everything if he decides.
Yeah,
because what I think. And like a lot of us have said is that it's going to be Slim and Quick. I know you disagree personally with the Quick pick, but I do think you also said Slim was probably his first pick. So that 4-5 pick for Basmer is where the draft is. We'll see whether it's just going to go the way the mock draft went. Or
for clarification as well, I think Slim is a great pick for Basmer if it gets to Basmer. I think that Quick is also a great pick for Basmer, but I think it's him handicapping himself without realizing it. If Quick gets locked in there, I think Quick is the best available in that slot and would get picked in that slot if it wasn't Basmer as a captain on R4.
Yeah. Just because, Chaser's best Quick Chaser, his best role is top lane as well. That's Basmer's best top lane as well. So
that is correct. And he definitely is that Swiss Army knife you were talking about. He's been playing a lot of support, been using that to climb to plat this season. Yeah. Played a lot of mid lane in the past, but he is definitely a mark above on his top lane play.
All right, well,
and that's where Captain.
It is 8:00. The draft has officially started, and of course we have the pick in right away. I'm wondering who it is.
Oh, I'll go ahead and say it then. For the first pick of Booze Bash 5 Upper Bracket Hextech League, the Bilgewater Buccaneers and the Wrath of Pingu select Sorok.
And no surprise there.
No surprises at all. Everyone was very aware that was a pick that was going to happen. I know. Hold your excitement in chat.
Oh my God,
right?
Sorok is.
You know what?
Is it Sorok? Is it Sriracha? Did we ever get confirmation on that?
I'm assuming it's like the alcohol. That was my assumption.
Has been saying Sriracha, but then somebody said Sriracha earlier today, and I was like, second guessing myself. I don't think it's Sriracha, but I'm just gonna keep saying Sriracha. Everyone, just so we know, by the way, just to like put this out here because I was unaware until like 2 days ago. Sriracha is formerly known as Zenzaid, aka Aiden. He has been in these tournaments. We know who he is. Just in case someone saw the name, they're like, who the hell is that? It is Aiden. It is Zenzaid. He played last tournament with Pingu on his team. And so, yeah, that's who it is. It's Sorok, first pick overall. No surprise there. Yeah, now we get into Andrew.
Now we get into the down and dirty a little bit. What do you think he goes with? He could go that lawful angle. He could go the permanently calm angle.
I am an advocate of him taking lawful dog here because then he probably gets 3 of the picks that, any kind of like Gimp Zach's team. But I do think he will take permanently calm. I do think Andrew's sort of honorable, despite league the league honor system won't agree, but I do think Andrew is honorable IRL, and he will probably pick permanently calm here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I do agree with that. I think it's a permanently calm lock-in, which will lead into a lock-in of lawful dog for Master of Knives. And then I'm just waiting for Basmer here. I'm super interested. I think Slimsh is a great pickup there, but we could see a Slimsh Veritatis lock and just lock up that bot lane, and that would throw a huge wrench in things.
Yeah, I wish it would be lawful dog. That would be funny, and I think it would actually be for the best team to make. But we do have the pick in. It is picked. So let's hear it, Lemur. What do we got here? Who's the pick?
For the second pick of Booze Bash 5, the Kaffia Riftwalkers and I Hate Bananas select permanently calm.
And there you go. Yeah, that's he didn't take the lawful dog pick. He did take permanently calm. That's Mao. That's his IRL friend. No shock again, but that there's just raises questions. Could that be the best possible team that he could make? I'm not so sure, but I think the team's going to be good regardless, just because Mao is a very good, high quality player.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And there is again that in real life link you were talking about between the two, so they're going to have a little bit of a better relationship going to have a relationship that
they play
is
together a lot too. In general,
exactly
so
right. So they'll have good chemistry going into that team to start it off with. That means Master of Knives on here, most likely taking Lawful Dog, but does have some options. Could really throw a wrench in things here and lock in a Veritatis or maybe a Quick.
Yeah. I could also see a Liquid Thunder pick as well, but I do think it's going to be Lawful Dog here. Zach, obviously, he's been talking about it beforehand. Like he said he'd be flexible on whether or not he goes 80 carry, whether he goes mid. I do think he ends up going 80 carry for the tournament. And I think Lawful Dog gets picked here, and then he's hoping he gets to play with Cameron down in the bottom lane, Edgar Allan Poe.
Imagine Basmer just snipes Edgar Allan Poe.
That would be pretty
on this next pick.
Yeah, I will say I played with Cameron. Cameron's great. Cameron is so much fun to play with, and he's looking to fight, which is what Zach wants. Basmer could want that too. Because Slim plays, he plays Enchanter supports, so he plays a little bit back. He looks to heal. He looks to vision control. He's not playing a lot of aggressive supports. So if you want your bottom lane to be more aggressive, I don't know what Liquid Thunder plays, but I do know Cameron. He is a known quantity. He will always want to be looking to fight. And that's a great thing to pick, especially
going to that team fight comp too, right? If you're drafting a team fight comp for Basmer, you've got Quick as well. Great team fight player, always looking to make those plays, those aggressive plays. And I don't think Slim pairs up with that play style quite as well.
One Enchanter support.
Get out of here, Slim. Okay, I've seen your Nautilus. Oh man.
But yeah, I do think Cameron is a good pick, and his MMR is on the lower side, but he's the same with Lawful Dog, where they kind of took a break and then they came back. They still have the mechanics to play at a high level. It's not a bad pick if you want to go. Picking between Slim, Liquid Thunder, and Cameron, you can't go wrong with either of them.
Oh yeah, oh absolutely.
But we do have the third pick. The third pick is in. Zach has made his choice.
We do. The Targon Eclipse. They are selecting with the round 1/3 pick. Third overall selection is Lawful Dog.
And there you have it. We got that in. That's up there. That's the third pick overall. Something none of us are really shocked about. Lawful Dog, man. If we had highlights, that was it. That guy. That
Mundo game.
He was going crazy. That I only lost one game, all tournament. They lost one series, and that was the series. Lawful Dog just decided to put on his big boy pants and walk over everybody as Mundo.
And that Zach saw that as the captain for the opposing team and said, "Hey, I want that guy on my team this tournament. I don't want any of that happening yet." Oh man, Basmer now. These are the picks that we were discussing that are very, very interesting. Whatever Basmer decides to do here with his first pick and his second pick, as he will get two of them.
Yep, he is on the clock for the 4 and 5 pick right now. So if you're watching Basmer, it's your turn. I'm excited to see who he's going to pick here, because most of the time, like I said in our mock drafts, we saw Slim Quick here, and he could throw a wrench into it. Like you said, he could snipe the Edgar Allan Poe one. He could look for a more pull up Liquid Thunder's OPGG, Lemur. Because I saw him play Recon a couple times. I think I saw Rel on his OPGG. What's he playing? Is he playing aggressive things?
Yeah, for sure. Let me open it up real quick here. And Liquid Thunder. Looks like he has been playing, like he was saying, a lot more support than anything else. Has some engaged champions. Most played in ranked this season is going to be Renata Glask, actually, with games played.
That's another thing about him. He does not play a lot of ranked, but he gets the platinum very fast.
Yeah, 100%. It looks like there's a lot of engaged supports with Rakan, with Rel.
This is a quality player.
Yeah, 100%. I've played a couple games with Liquid Thunder. Always been pleased when I have.
Renata Glass, Nautilus. We even see some Sona. It's a deep champion pool, and that would be not a bad pick if you want an aggressive bottom lane.
Yeah, No, 100%. We're waiting on Basmer here. Could be incredibly interesting to see what Basmer selects here. Like Grant was saying, the two that most often went in our mock drafts were Quick and Slimsh. We'll see if Basmer's going to throw a wrench.
He's in for both picks for 4 and 5.
We do.
So.
We have both picks. So for this first pick for Basmer, the Demacia Uprising, they've drafted Quick, 4th pick overall. And then 5th pick, they got Slimsh.
And you know that goes exactly the way we expected it to go. No surprises there. Quality picks, very very good picks there. Yeah, that goes basically just what you thought was going to happen. And now we're probably looking at Edgar all-in Pwn here on the 2nd round pick for Zach.
Definitely could be Edgar. Would make the most sense. Definitely wants to pair with Lawful Dog. I don't see Edgar getting back to him if he lets him go here.
Yeah, I don't. Well, actually, maybe would Pingu take him? If Veritanis
I don't think Pingu.
Maybe there's like a Chrysora pick here?
I think Ikafia Rift would actually take them, because then Ikafia could get Edgar plus my ego bigger.
Yeah. No. I don't think so, because my ego bigger would go to Targon on the 3rd round pick.
If they were drafting my ego bigger,
I'm looking
there,
at the wrong way. Yeah, I'm going
right. Yeah.
No,
it would swing right back to him, and they'd get it.
We're probably looking at Edgar all-in Pwn here.
I would imagine seems like the only viable option if they do want to get Edgar Allan Poe onto that team.
The pick is in. So.
The pick is in, and it's exactly what you would expect. Targon Eclipse drafting Edgar Allan Poe, 6th pick overall.
And now we
got Andrew. We got Andrew, and we think we know what pick Andrew's going with here.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be probably a my ego bigger pick here. There are a lot, maybe not honestly.
I don't think it is actually. I think it is a Veritatis or Liquid Thunder grab, and then it wraps and it goes into taking my ego bigger pick 3.
Yeah, I could definitely see that happening. If Andrew doesn't want to play bottom lane, if he wants to go like top or jungle. I could see him taking Veritatis.
See, my thought is that you go Liquid Thunder.
Well, I think he can get Liquid Thunder on the next pick, so it doesn't really matter.
But I think he wants my ego bigger, right? So he goes Liquid Thunder here and then wraps into my ego bigger.
Or yeah, I mean, he could do it vice versa as well. So it's
it just depends on who he thinks Pingu is going to draft last.
Another thing is could be my ego bigger here and then base on the 3rd round pick.
Yeah, certainly could be. That is definitely an option that is available. We think Pingu here is probably going to take Veritatis plus Apogtheosis.
Yeah, we do have to
find out.
Though. Andrew has made his pick.
Oh, Andrew has made his pick, and it's a doozy. With this pick, Ikafia Riftwalkers, captained by I Hate Bananas, selects the 7th overall pick, My Ego Bigger.
That's another IRL friend. His name's Zaki. You know, I played with him a lot. He's formerly Diamond. When he got Diamond, he was one-tricking, so you know he's still pretty good at the game. He actually streams. I don't remember his stream to plug it, but he does stream every now and then. But he's a quality player. You know, he's always been pretty good. He's always fun to play with.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're coming into Pingu's pick here, Bilgewater Buccaneers, and if it goes as according to plan, as the rest of this draft so far has gone completely according to plan, this is going to be a lock-in of Apogtheosis and Veritatis.
Yeah, I imagine that Pingu takes Veritatis here because that is Sirach's friend, I'm pretty sure. And then I imagine they take Apogtheosis too because that is also, you know, that's everyone knows each other, they're familiar with each other. And you get that synergy going.
Something's interesting here. So you think that Andrew goes Bates here? This pick in pick 3?
If Andrew does not want a jungle, I think he goes base, yeah.
Okay. Very interesting. Because at that point, Liquid Thunder is still going to be available. Is that going to fall all the way to Targon Eclipse?
Base is a quality AD carry player as well.
True. Yep.
So what you could see happen is Andrew and Base go bottom together, and they draft. On that last pick, they could take you, Spark of Madness. They could take Rin. They can pick somebody who can jungle, because Rin and you both jungle, and then they can go bottom. And it opens up flexibility as well, because Rin also plays AD carry. You play support, so Base, you would support with Andrew. Base goes jungle.
Yeah.
It opens up a lot to take Base here on that pick.
It certainly does. It gives the flexibility you were talking about for sure. It's definitely interesting that Liquid Thunder is falling this far down in the draft for me. Because if that gets slotted into that team with Zach over there, that's a scary team.
I think Liquid Thunder's in the same position where like DeBella was, where everyone knows that DeBella is a high quality player in that league. Everyone knows Liquid Thunder here is a high quality player, but you have higher priorities right now that you're trying to get like the synergy going with the team, which is why you see My Ego Bigger get taken here, which is why you're probably going to see Veritatis get picked, why you're probably going to see Apotheosis get picked.
Yeah, so, definitely going more for vibes than some of that bottom bracket was.
Yeah, you're looking for synergy, and we do have the first of Pingu's picks in. So
yeah, pick 8th overall. Pingu is selecting with the Bilgewater Buccaneers pick Veritatis.
Yeah, so that's no surprise there. We expected that. Veritatis, quality AD carry player. Haven't played with him, but according to the people who have and like looking at his OPGG, he's definitely the best player to pick here, I think. And
yeah,
he's friends with Zenzaid, so that's always good. And we actually have the next pick as well locked in. So.
And this pick is incredibly interesting and will actually reshape the entirety of how the draft will play out from this point. The 9th overall pick for the Bilgewater Buccaneers is Crysora.
Oh,
that also means that Spark of Madness myself gets auto-locked onto Bilgewater Buccaneers, and that is a 2-for-1 special right there.
Huh, why is it not up? Is that locked in? Yeah, it is. Wow.
Yeah. Incredibly interesting move from the Wrath of Pingu here. That is going to shake up the rest of this draft here.
And Apotheosis isn't picked. Well, look at that. We all thought we had it solved here, and then you go ahead and have Pingu do something crazy like this. I thought he would have went for vibes, because they're all friends. But here we are, picking Crysora.
I think
he's a quality player.
This makes a lot of sense. Look at the role dispersion. Look at exactly what happens here. Pingu knows what he is doing. This is
I was so sure we were
going
to see Crysora happen here, like on Zach's pick or on Basmer's pick. But look at that. Check that out. So Lemur, thoughts on your team? Your team's locked in. How's that?
I'm very excited for it. Super, super excited. I think Pingu knew exactly what he was doing, like I was saying. I'm looking forward to hopefully playing support for Aiden quite a bit.
I think you're playing for Veritatis.
Oh, it is Veritatis. Right.
Aiden,
yeah, Zanzade is going up top lane. Yeah.
He's going to go top or jungle here, and then Pingu will take the other.
Yeah.
Or we see Pingu mid Crysora top, and then we see Aiden go into the jungle. That's actually
it's got that flexibility you were talking about.
Yeah, those three are flexible. I think bottom lane solved, but those three are very flexible. Yeah.
Yeah, should be pretty good. I'm very excited. This did throw a wrench into the plans, so these captains might take a little bit longer to select for these next few picks.
That's a big thing too, right? We didn't know if Pingu wanted to mid. You don't take Apotheosis because he went mid and top, but like he mainly plays mid lane. So this adds a lot of flexibility, especially if you think Crysora is like a better overall player than Apotheosis here.
Yeah. And even with that as well, auto locking here is incredibly.
Yeah, because Pingu probably, he didn't have the option of who he gets in that 4th pick. It was probably going to end up being one of you or Rin, but he makes his own decision here. He chooses, to have you locked into his team. So in a sense, he gets to pick who he gets in that last pick. So that's pretty cool that it worked out this way. And now we're just looking towards Andrew. I do think it's Base here. I do think Base gets picked. Tueri has a higher elo right now than base, but I think base plays better when when he has lane dominance on his teams, which he probably will. His laners will probably have priority, and base gets to go in and do base things, invade all the time, mess around with the jungler.
Yeah, absolutely. And we know that Base and Andrew do get along quite well, having been on a team together. Ionia last Booze Bash. They were a tight-knit community there. So Base playing around Andrew's play style, both pretty aggressive players, even though Andrew plays a supportive champion pool, definitely plays that champion pool quite aggressively, and that matches with Base quite well.
And you have to remember Tueri's sitting on 150 ping all the time, so that might not be something you want on your team.
Yeah. On the flip side, though, he would never have to ban Evelyn if he picked Tueri.
That's true, but I don't think he wants Evelyn on his team is the problem.
Yeah, no, Andrew just doesn't want Evelyn in the game in general. So
I do think we see a base pick here. And then looking to Zach, I think we see probably Colossal Clouds come in.
Yeah, yep, I could see it happen. Where's Apogtheosis going? That's the biggest question mark to me.
Question that actually I don't think that's a terrible pick for Zach either.
I agree. That's where I was going at it.
And it could just be a good pick for Basmer too, assuming it gets to him. But I think Zach would probably more likely take Abel, just because Abel plays those kind of really annoying champions that will just sit in lane and never die.
The thing is, though, if Zach...
Apogtheosis likes to go more aggressive. He plays a Zed. He plays Victor.
To be fair, though, Apogtheosis does also play Kassadin.
That's true, yeah.
And does have those hyper-scaling kind of picks. So it definitely has a little bit of flexibility there. But if Apogtheosis goes to Zach here, the issue I see with their team is they're taking a jungler last pick, and there's not going to be a jungler left available, right? Other than maybe Rin in that selection spot.
Rin can jungle, but also, Liquid Thunder does have jungle listed. You could also see Cameron jungle. We do have the pick in. Andrew's pick is in.
Yes, we do. The Akavia Riftwalkers. Andrew, I hate bananas. 10th pick overall is going to be MD Base.
And there you have it. Yeah, Base coming in here. Andrew has his own pick of the junglers left, and he takes Base. Obviously values him a little bit more. Probably just because of the aggressive nature, the aggressive kind of game Base plays. That seems to synergize well with the way Andrew wants the game to be played. Tueri more, he picks Evelyn, he picks Skarner, where he's kind of just like waiting for his ult, and you kind of just want to be able to go 100% all the time, and Base is always down to do that with his champion pool.
Absolutely. But Targon here, who do we think they're going for? You said Apogtheosis could be an option.
Could be
Liquid Thunder still left up.
If they pick Liquid Thunder, are they locked into somebody? No,
yeah, let's find out.
So I don't think there is any way anyone is locked in.
They don't pick Liquid
anymore.
Thunder. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing is if Basmer took Liquid Thunder, he wouldn't be able to pick Apogtheosis. So there's no there's
hard locks.
Yeah, there's no hard locks anymore, and you can just pick whoever you want at this point. I think personally Zach does not take Liquid Thunder here. I think he picks someone else, and then Liquid Thunder drops down, and he takes him in the last round. You don't think Basmer locks Liquid Thunder here? No, Liquid Thunder. He has Slim, and I know Basmer probably knows that. Liquid Thunder has said specifically that he does not he only put jungle as I'll play. I put it there because I felt bad. Tueri, I know, has been talking to Basmer about his draft strategy, and he's gonna know that. So I doubt
I think that's insane. I cannot fathom Liquid Thunder being in the last round of this draft, personally.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's another situation like Tabella where people they pick the things that they were afraid would get picked. And Liquid Thunder is it's like a pick that you're happy to get in that last round. It's like a luxury pick.
Yeah, should be super interesting. Looks like
we have
MD Base. Oh, we do. Yeah. Oh, perfect. Round 3, third pick, 11th overall. Targon Eclipse. Zach himself, Master of Knives, drafting Colossal Clouds.
And that's Abel coming in here. Yeah, he's gonna play AD carry. He's gonna play mid. At solid levels where he's not gonna feed. Probably, you never know. But that's he's gonna pick champions that are really annoying, like Malzahar and Nivea.
It fits with them quite well because Abel's really good at just shoving out the mid lane and affecting other places.
If he goes AD carry, he picks Sivir, he picks Jinx.
Oh yeah,
you know,
yeah. Super safe, really hyper scaly options.
Yeah, so it's a good pick here. It's a quality pick. I imagine Zach's gonna end up with Liquid Thunder here on the last round. Because you don't really take Apoctheosis in this situation.
As Basmer,
actually, yeah, Basmer. Does he take 2-area Apoctheosis here?
I think legitimately he should take Liquid Thunder. He should take Liquid Thunder and Rin.
But then
in my opinion,
you have 2 supports. Liquid Thunder.
You don't, because Liquid Thunder did still put jungle and has games.
Yeah, but he doesn't want a jungle. That's that's one thing where like he said he put it because he felt bad that he.
Yeah, and I get that, but at the same time, you're seeding Liquid Thunder and then losing the draft. You know what I mean? It's not a.
I don't think you lose the draft if you just pick 2-area here with Apoctheosis.
I think it's a throw. Personally, I think it's a throw to not take Liquid Thunder if he is this far down.
Honestly, I think the best thing to do is to put Chaser top, Basmer go mid, pick 2-area here, and then pick Rin to be AD carry.
That's also fine. It's also fine. I don't know.
I don't think Liquid Thunder's the play here. I think.
See, I completely disagree. I think it's 100% the play. I think it's not the attractive play. Because picking Liquid Thunder here denies it from going to Zach's team. Zach can't pick Apoctheosis after selecting Abel. Or not comfortably, at least.
Yeah, but if you let Zach picks Liquid Thunder, then Cameron has to jungle, and Cameron hasn't jungled a lot, so it's like you're not really making the team that much that much stronger by letting Liquid Thunder go to Zach's team.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's super interesting. I think that if Zach gets Liquid Thunder here, this is a well-played draft by Zach and a GG go next for everyone else.
I don't agree because I still think Andrew's team is the strongest right now out of all the teams picked.
Oh yeah, no, I don't see Andrew's team being the strongest here, but that's why we're here, to have dissent between the people and to get some hype into Booze Bash 5. I'm so excited. We're still waiting on Basmer's pick. We should be getting it here shortly. He is in fact on the clock, of course.
Yeah,
we'll see how this goes. 4 picks remaining. Or rather, 3 picks and then a lock.
In our mock drafts, this was always these picks were always Chris Sora and Tueri, right?
I believe so.
Part,
yep.
Yeah. So it just swaps Apoctheosis and Tueri, but I really think
that's not an even swap, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's
I really think it should be Tueri and Rin, and then you have Basmer just go mid, but. We're gonna see where the pick is coming in. So we have it. We do have the pick. It is in.
The pick is in, and it's another doozy. For his first selection, pick 3 for the Demacia Uprising, Liquid Thunder going over.
And yeah, look, you called it. There it is. I guess Liquid Thunder will be jungling here because I don't see Slim playing another role.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain it will be Liquid Thunder jungling on this team.
Does that mean Chaser's going to 80 carry here? And
that means Chaser can 80 carry, and then you maybe pick Rin last.
Yeah,
for mid lane,
or
rather, you can do Rin, ADC, and quick mid as well.
You can't take Apoctheosis. You don't have the MMR for it.
Correct. Yeah,
this is the only thing that we when we said there's no constraints, this was the only one.
This is the only constraint left. Yeah.
So this has to be Rin then, right? I imagine there's not a better pick here.
No, I think it's Rin. I think you ask if Rin wants to go mid. If Rin doesn't want to go mid, you put Joe mid and you put Rin ADC and you call it.
The pick is in, and
the pick is in. Round 4, first pick, 13th overall. We've got She Who Is Your King, Rin, coming into that team just like predicted by Grant.
Yeah, there it is. There's Rin getting in there. Yep, we don't know where she's going to go on the team, but it's definitely going to be mid or AD carry here, I imagine.
Oh yeah, and this next lock is going to determine where the other person goes. I think this is a Tueri lock, and Apoctheosis is going to end up on Andrew's team.
Cameron gets to go bottom. Yeah, that's got to be it. I do think Zach probably takes Tueri here, And that's kind of crazy because I think every mock draft we had Tueri being on Basmer's team. And Tueri actually held Basmer draft prep thinking he would probably end up being on his team.
I was under the impression that Tueri was not going to be on Basmer's team, and I was in fact solidified in that opinion. However, my impression also did not imagine that Apotheosis was at this point of the draft.
That's true. That's true. We do have the pick. The pick is in. And
This
solves the last pick too for Andrew's team, so you could announce them both.
Targon Eclipse is going to go ahead and select Tueri, meaning that the last pick of the tournament, Ikavia Riftwalkers gets Apotheosis.
All right, yeah,
these look different from what we expected, don't they, Grant?
Yeah, the first 8 picks went the way we thought they were going to go, and then it just kind of went crazy there at the end.
Yeah, it went absolutely insane. We're probably going to do the same thing, try to get some of the captains in here. We'll see if we can get Sirach in to talk about being the first overall pick. Very, very interesting draft. Definitely, as Fuel's pointing out in chat, not as solved as people thought it was going to be. Pingu throwing in a huge curveball.
Yeah, I think we all thought Apotheosis would be on Pingu's team. That clearly didn't happen. For the most part, I always had Lemur. I always had you going to Pingu's team. I always had Rin going to Andrew's team, but that's big shuffle there at the end. Tueri not being on Basmer's team, Apotheosis, you not being on the Akathia Riftwalkers. I think for the most part, I had Liquid Thunder on Zach's team as well. So those last 2 rounds went crazy.
No, having seen Liquid Thunder play, I think that letting Liquid Thunder go to Zach, regardless of if it fits into your team comp, is a throw.
Yeah, he plays well when he plays. He plays like 20 games, gets the platinum. That's pretty good. As a support player too. That's a support
player, exactly. Like they are hard carry performances that he's putting out there.
He is definitely better than what his rank says right now at Gold 4. So.
Yep, 100%. Very interesting draft. Let's see if we can get some people in here. Pingu, if you're in chat, if you could hop over into the Booze Batch general channel so we can pull you up and chat a little bit. There he is.
Hey, Pingu.
Mr. Pingu, how you feeling about that one?
First pick overall. What is it that you love? Let's hear it. Let's hear the words from your mouth.
Hey, give me Sirach. Give me Sirach. But I feel good.
Yeah, you threw that curveball at us.
I didn't throw a curve. Oh, you might have thought it was a curveball, but it was straight for me. It was easy sailing.
Great shooting.
Dang, it feels good that the plan went through.
Yeah,
20 MMR to spare. It's nice.
Talking about that plan a little bit, what made you certain that you wanted to go the Chrysora route rather than drafting APOG in that spot?
So here's what's about to go down. So we got Pingu in the mid lane. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Sirach, Jungle King. I put that guy in jungle every day. Then we got the Veritatis, ADC main, only plays ADC. And then Chrysora, he's top. He's a nice top laner. But if the matchup is not favorable, I'll go top and he can go mid. And then we got Sparkle Magnus running the support. You've been tearing it up, so I'm like, yeah, you can support us. That'd be dope.
Yeah,
and here we have it.
Yeah. Fair enough. I'm glad that the plan went exactly according to plan. It seems like you're according to plan threw everyone else off, which is always good.
Draft started. It was nice.
So you've been watching everyone do these mock drafts the last week. Were you just sitting there laughing, like muting your mic every time you see everyone pick Apotheosis? Like,
no, because everyone does these mock drafts, and I'm just like, you know what? I could probably just wing it and it'll be fine. So I didn't really pay attention to the mock drafts because I didn't know I was going to choose Veritatis until today, and but no, the mock draft.
We knew you were going to choose Veritatis a week ago.
Yeah. You guys got that right. Yeah, you guys got me. You guys got me. So yeah, it was a good draft.
Yeah. Super good draft. Congratulations, Pingu, on your team. We're going to try to get Andrew in here if he is available.
Whoa, Pingu.
Oh, wait, more questions. Wait. You're right. You're right.
Who's the best team in the draft and who's the one that you fear the most?
Best team in the draft? Hey. not to toot my own horn, our team's looking pretty good.
Whew, I agree.
It's looking pretty good. Numerically, it might be the best. But it is the best. But if I'm scared of a team, I'm scared.
You have the highest in the one?
Let me look at the teams. I'm scared of Targon. That's the team I'm scared of.
Yeah, they are definitely looking pretty scary over on Targon. Thank you so much for joining us, Pingu. We appreciate it.
Pingu, remember, ban Eve against their team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, should
Can
be
we
all
get
you
a
need to know.
Bilgewater Buccaneers in 2?
He's already gone. He's out of there. All right,
Tragic.
Andrew, hop in if you can. If not,
Andrew's driving home, I think. So maybe we.
Okay, so we'll just grab Zach. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
So
No,
Zach,
I mean,
hop
we can
in.
get like base. Get base in here.
Get base. Oh, get base in
Yeah,
here.
get base in here.
All right, base. If you're available, hop in this call real quick. Yeah, definitely incredibly interesting draft. There he is. Base, how do you feel?
I feel pretty good. It's a bit different than what Andrew and I were talking about. I mean, the plan first 3 picks was always going to go like this.
I can't imagine you thought Apotheosis would be on the team.
Oh, look, there's Andrew.
Oh, Andrew got it. All right, you take it.
Well, I want to talk to base. Get Andrew out of here.
Base wasn't even on my team.
All right, yeah, Andrew, talk us through it. Obviously, these are probably going to be your first 3 picks always, because I know you watched a lot of our mock drafts as well, and you probably were thinking, yeah, that's what I would do. But talk to us about Apotheosis falling to you in the last round.
Who? Apotheosis? I'll be honest with you, never saw that coming. Don't even know what roles he plays. I know he plays mid.
All right, he has mid and top locked.
But I play everything better than everybody else in this entire tournament, so that's fine.
That's what I love to hear. The
Fair
shit
enough.
talk.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And you know what? I agree. I think you play every role better than every person in the tournament.
So with that being said, Andrew, who are you looking at as the competition? Who's going to be in finals with you?
Nobody but ourselves. All right, Cotton? Nobody but ourselves.
So I don't think you quite know how brackets work. I think there's going to be at least one other person, but I appreciate the ego.
So nobody but ourselves. We're our only trouble. Y'all don't know my team. You don't know my boys. Never seen them play.
What do you mean? I'm friends with them IRL too, Andrew. What are you saying?
Yeah, that's why you said we're going to create some chaos. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever you say, Andrew, I'll give it to you. That's totally fine.
I do want to say,
yeah.
Mod, whole being able to pick 2 people, kind of stupid. All right.
With the MMR lock, is that what you're talking about?
Pretty dumb. Pick 2 people.
Oh,
I'm
man.
not following really. What do you mean? Like because
he's talking about the MMR lock where Pingu drafted Chrysora and then locked me.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, so that I guess you were targeting Lemur there on that last pick.
Hey, I just didn't go as I expected, but it's fine.
Yeah, it happens.
Just
Yeah.
sucks that I have
Can we get in
I'll keep it a
Kathia
book.
Rift Walkers in 2? I guess.
We'll get it eventually. I'm gonna stick to Ionia for now, though.
Ionia.
All right.
Well, you
fair enough.
heard it here first. Ionia in 2.
Still
Everybody,
Ionia in 2. Okay.
right, get out of here. We want Zach. Leave our call.
Fake, all right? Fake.
Get out of here. Kick him, Zach. Get him out of here.
Yeah, Zach, get in here.
Zach kick pulled him, I think. There we go.
Zach, Master of Knives, how you feeling, sir?
I feel pretty good. Not so bad.
Did any of our drafts have you getting 2 area in that last pick?
None that I did, but I did see some that had me getting too airy.
I imagine you gotta be excited, right? Because now you get to this lane with Cameron bottom.
I'm thrilled to lane with Cameron and bottom for sure. Obviously, like you were saying on stream, we were kind of banking on trying to sneak Liquid Thunder in at the last pick and just be absolutely cracked, but Bashman called our bluff and just told them, and you know what? Probably the right call. I respect that.
I think it was necessary for Basmer to do so because it
just to stop me from getting the super
puts
team.
you guys in a very, very strong position.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
but all things said and done, I got a nice group of people that I'm happy to have on my team, and we've got no role problems. So
That's big.
That's
no
awesome.
Role
Yeah, no, that's
not a single role problem.
Sucks that you have Tueri on your team though.
It's we do what we can with what we've got.
Worst mod.
You know what? Tueri's gonna gap everyone. I don't want to hear it. Targon in 2. Targon in 2.
Targon in 2. That's
We're gonna find out the real
Andrew not
reason.
ready to commit yet, but Zach's all over it.
I've been saying Targon in 2 for fucking weeks. I haven't even drafted yet. I was already saying that. No. Yeah, we're gonna find out that I was the actual carry of Ionia the whole time.
All right.
It's gonna show here.
Yeah. We'll see if you can actually win a player of the week this time around.
Yeah, if you could hear the voice comms of our Ionia games, I would have won every single week.
Mm.
Yep.
You know what? Fair enough.
Zena.
Yeah, she talked the most, right?
Yeah. Very vocal.
Perfect. I appreciate it. Zach, who do you think your biggest competition is?
My original thought going into it would be that it's the Kathia Riftwalkers. Based off of my mock drafts, I think that's probably still the case. But they do seem to have not had everything go according to plan, so I knock them down a little bit.
I think Pingu's team looks like
Pingu's team looks solid. I'm not familiar with Veritatis, but I also have not seen Zed/Sirac play in his main role. So.
Yeah, he's pretty good at it.
Yeah, that definitely him having to off-roll in the last tournament definitely threw a wrench in their plans. So see if we get these guys on their main roles and they step up, they're going to be pretty tough. But honestly, me and Cameron are just going to shit on any bot lane in the whole tournament. And Abel's going to be fucking.
I don't know. I seem to remember solo killing you in mid lane at one point.
Yeah, I don't play mid.
I don't play mid either. I don't know. All I'm saying is it's the only interaction we've ever had on the Rift.
Well, just don't. Not going to happen in bot lane. That's my territory.
No. Fair enough. Yeah. All right,
actually, you know what? When we play you guys, I'm just gonna play Ezreal and just kill you 2v1 while Cameron roams.
You know what? That's fair. No, I get that. Yeah,
that's the plan.
All right, get out of here. We need.
Thank you, Zach. We appreciate it. Let's try to get Basmer in if we can.
Is he free? I don't know.
I'm not entirely sure either.
Basmer, there he is.
How you doing, sir?
We're chilling.
Chilling, yeah. Did you think this was how the draft was going to go for you, or did you have a different plan?
I had a slightly different plan, but we adapt, we overcome.
Yeah, absolutely. Adaptation you're talking about. Where did that pick up?
I did not expect Liquid Thunder to fall that far, to be honest.
Yeah.
So that was the main thing.
Thunder was getting picked in Zach's third round, right?
Around there, most likely. And my big concern, honestly, if I let him fall to Targon, then I think the tournament would be over. So, couldn't do that.
Yep. No, I agree with you there, Basmer. That was also my line of thinking on it. Where it's just, that makes them a bit too strong, so you have to draft this here.
Yeah. But, we make it work.
Yeah, 100%. Who do you think is your biggest adversary this tournament?
Honestly, let's see. Honestly, they're all no-name players, so I don't really know. But
there's a lot of players you haven't played with.
I'll probably between Bloodwater and Targon, but honestly, any team, any player is all pretty good. So definitely not sleeping on anyone.
Yeah.
100%.
I imagine you're going top, right? You just put Chaser.
We're not disclosing anything right now.
All right,
fair enough.
Quick and I are pretty flexible players.
Yeah,
true.
You can make it work, and can't give any details.
All right. But Slim's going support, right? We got that at least locked in.
What?
Pastor's like, shut up, get out of here, stop asking.
Oh man, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Basmer. We really appreciate it.
Good draft.
Yeah, good draft on your side. Great snipe from for Liquid Thunder there.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think that was necessary to happen in that spot. So thank you for coming in. We really appreciate it. And guys,
thank you.
We're done with both drafts here. Yeah, Grant and I have taken you through the Chemtech League and the Hextech League, and I can just say right now, I am more hyped than ever for Booze Bash 5 and what all these players are going to be able to bring to the table. I'm excited to get into this competition, and I'm excited for each and every one of you to see exactly what all of our friend group and all of these different servers together can bring together and do in a tournament format. Super pumped for it. Grant, any final words?
Yeah, let's look back at the Chemtech League. Just give me let's run through this. Who's your top two? Who wins it all? Who's in the finals? Who wins?
Chemtech League, I gotta say, I'm still on Shadow Isle Scourge. I think they are a strong team. I think they're in the finals. I think they're gonna go into the finals against probably Liquid Ox's team, the Zon Underdogs. And I think Shadow Isle Scourge will take it in probably 4 games.
All right, yeah. I'm also saying that the Shadow Isle Scourge gets there. I also think that they're going to be up against the Zon Underdogs. That is my prediction. Actually, you know what? No, fuck it. I'm changing it. Shadow Isle Scourge versus Nox's Rampage. It's going to happen. I'm calling it. Pooey's going to lead his team to victory. They're actually going to win the whole thing. Go Nox's Rampage in 3. In 2 for the regular season, in 3 for the finals. You heard it here first, folks. Change of heart.
Fair
right
enough.
Yeah.
All right, Hextech League. Run it through.
All right, let's see. I'm looking at this. I'm thinking it's Bilgewater versus Targon Eclipse in the finals. I think it's gonna be a bit. No, actually, you know what? I'm calling Bilgewater versus Acathia Riftwalkers in the final.
Ooh.
I will not sleep on Andrew. He's gonna somehow will his team to victory, and but they're gonna lose to the Bilgewater Buccaneers in that final. I believe in Sirach Jungle. I believe in Pingu's love for Sirach, and that's gonna be it. It's gonna be Bilgewater in 5 in that finals.
Yeah, 100%. I am of the opinion that we're gonna have Bilgewater Buccaneers versus Targon Eclipse in the finals. But I think this is actually a very, very close tournament between all of these teams. I think there's going to be a lot of upsets and a lot of back and forth. But I do think Bilgewater Buccaneers versus the Targon Eclipse. And then, of course, the Bilgewater Buccaneers are going to pull it through. No bias whatsoever.
Yeah, that regular season is going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Oh, incredibly fun to watch. I am pumped to play in the games, pumped to cast the games for both the Chemtech and the Hextech League. Anything else before we sign off, Grant?
No, other than the usual Ionia and 2.
All right, Ionia and 2 from Grant, and a goodbye and good night from me. We appreciate you joining us for the Booze Bash 5 draft, and we will see you next time.